YouTube isn't fighting me anymore. But we... Hey, sci-fi lad. First. What an entrance. Let's just... There we go. Everything should be set up. And everything should be running. We should be live everywhere. So how's everyone doing? Well, do you know what? I say how everyone's doing, so I feel like I do need to do my That cauldron wasn't there when I logged off. We are slowly converting everyone to Final Fantasy 14, 100%. Right. So, this isn't how... When I logged off, this isn't what I logged off as, right? But also, now that we'll run over there. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Right. So, because did YouTube start and die? Is that what's happening here? I feel like I've killed YouTube. Did I kill YouTube? YouTube, we working? YouTube start and die? Whoa! 2 Collins, too many. Well, you know, we say bad luck. I think this is what happens when I try and stream in multiple places, right? So there's only one guy to blame. And that's this guy. Let's bring our chat over here. There we go. So I think I'm live. I'm definitely live everywhere. So as a delayed intro to this YouTube video. Hey, I'm Colin. This is Respawning. And we're going to continue our New World playthrough. Where I kind of fumble my way through. And eventually start fishing. That's how we do it. Smack the button multiple times. Or hit your PC. I feel like we've gone from like one streaming service to another, and I don't think I'm a good fit on OnlyFans. Right, character. Let's have a look. Attributes. So I'm scanning off a damage right now, I think. Yeah, respect. Where's the music intro? If I had a music, I'd do it. And then we're going to respec this stuff. Just because I want to make sure I'm doing it right. So it might be obvious, but I do have a guide up as well. So what was that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many points we got left? 10. And number 11, this bad boy down there. Cool. Yeah, do you know what? When it comes to like a music intro, like what would I even do? Like, I feel like having like the best music intro that I could probably do is just the game, right? Like, that's 100%. Like, you're not going to get any better. Right, so there we go. Got my first cap. Your first level cap. First level cap. Wally, thank you very much for the like. What do you mean your first level cap? Because damn boy, you confusing me. Well, confusing me. I'm more of a sleepy boy. That's kind of what the problem is right now. Right, that's spooky, but we're going to ignore you. I don't know what that sound was. And thank you very much for the like. Okay, so we're going to go all the way down there. That's the plan.
Gotta give him that hawk too, instead of that.
Mitt, thank you very much for the pumpkin and the heart. The flame heart. Right, so just as a like me just being transparent, right? So I find TikTok like YouTube. I get YouTube. There's millions of videos which are posted every day. So people finding me on YouTube is going to be quite hard, right? Galskew, buddy. So we're playing New World. Recently re-released on PC, and it's now available on Xbox and on PlayStation as well. Gochevsky, thank you very much. I wish more people would sound these things out. My embarrassing TikTok streaming video. What? So when all of the emotes, all the sound effects and stuff were going off, do you mean that one? There's nothing embarrassing about that. I am confident. But yeah, Gochevsky. This is New World. It was an MMO that came out a few years ago on PC, but they've recently relaunched it, and it is a by far better. Wrong button. By far a better experience now. Yes. Made you laugh in class. Well, yeah, that video is going to get you in trouble because of some of the sound effects. Oh, okay, mate, that'd be cool. Nath. Right? So, like, I played this years ago. And I got into it, and I put a fair amount of time into it. Like, what? So my current playtime is like 58.9 hours. And I've only been streaming this for like 4 hours. Like, every time I've played it, I've streamed. Luke, we are on... Taurus? There! Yeah, I remember. Sweet, I played the beta. It looks so good on your stream. I picked up Diablo and I'm absorbed. Right, Diablo. I love Diablo. And I do want to do... Hey, Luke! Thank you very much for the follow! I do want to do the expansion, right? The expansion looks banging. But it's... What did I buy this month? I bought a game. ReFantazio? I think it was ReFantazio I bought. And it's going to be one of those... Like, when I start playing it, I'm going to smash it. Gochevsky, thank you very much for the follow, buddy. I may still buy this after hitting level 70. Well, I mean, to be fair, you are doing the free trial on Final Fantasy, right? And with that free trial taking you so far into the game, like, in terms of bang for your buck, you're going to get a lot out of that. Charlotte, this is how I run in real life. But I am going to be picking up Final Fantasy. It's well, okay. As long as we've both got such a sassy run. Final Fantasy 14. So I'm either going to wait until like payday. You really want me to open that pack, don't you? Like this bad boy here. It's still here. Do you know the temptation of me like not opening this yesterday? It was crazy. It's been guarded, so I don't think... So, like, obviously you can see the stuff here and the stuff in the background, right? But I've got, like, a little... I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. I've got a little Ronin... Geralt Nendroid, which is guarding this pack. You're opening that goddamn pack. You can't make me. Let's put him back in his place. There you go. He is safe. It was south. Oh, it wasn't just south. That's south. Why didn't I teleport down? Go that way. Right, if you pull an Estinian, I am going to be sad. Might try for an Estinian. Someone donating 10k coins. Then I have no choice. But IO, this is New World. It's recently released. It's a game that's been out for a long time on PC, but recently re-released on Xbox and PlayStation. So Estinian is one of my. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's everyone's favorite character in Final Fantasy 14. Okay, it's New World. That's what I called this on YouTube, haven't I? I've got. You can't see him, but on my fireplace, I've got a statue of Estinian. Estinian is amazing. Right, we're going south. Going south. New World. The fill is worth close to £1,000. I want to send a load of full arts off to grade. That's fair. I've got a... it's a shiny full art of Cloud. And I will find this and I will send you a picture. Like, when I last looked at it, it was worth 30 quid. But that was when that pack was relevant, so I don't know what it is now. 200 Pokemon cards? 200 Pokemon cards? How am I finding the tourist server? Do you know what? So far, I haven't really run into any problems. Haven't really run into any people that are... I haven't run into any bad eggs yet. But at the same time, I am just running around. I'm just playing this like it's RuneScape. Played the beta, done everything, got the horse. Didn't see myself playing any longer. So admittedly, that might be where I'm at. But I still want to enjoy the journey. Because when this first came out, you know, a couple of years ago, while I played it, I didn't get to endgame. So I want to at least get through it. And in some ways, that's kind of what my experience is like on Throne of Liberty as well. Which is just vibing, just going around, doing the quests, doing as many dungeons as I can. And, you know, just getting as much content done as I can. Just to kind of enjoy the whole game. Yeah, we're going on the Syndicate. Can I swim? Yeah, so in New World, we're going to reach end game. And we're going to have a good time. You see, this is just amazing to me. Like, when this game first came out, couldn't swim. Syndicate have gone terribly in this server so far. Well, you know, they don't have me yet. We'll rally the troops. That's the plan. Yeah, but look, any game that's got 3 factions vying for conquest of different landscapes, they are going to be in this position where one of them's going to be good, one of them's going to be bad, and the other one's going to be non-existent. Or, from what I remember it being like in the beta, you're going to have, like, one overpowered faction because everyone's going to join them. And then, if you're an achievement hunter, you're going to switch to the other factions once you've got all the factions that are related to the faction... all the achievements from the faction that you're on. And then you'll swap. And then get all of those, and then you'll swap again. Can I start Final Fantasy 14 cult in your Discord and stream, please? Of course you can. Because you know what's going to happen. I'm gonna download it again. I'm starting again. I'm abandoning a character I've had for 10 years. And we're going to cult the shit out of this. Oh, that wasn't a person. Why did I think you were a person? Help time. Might need to put some more points into my heal. Check my map. Purple bosses. What, that one? Like that icon there? Hey, Crazy Warlock, thank you very much for the follow. Nope, none up at the moment. Oh, okay. See, I was about to say, like, I've done that thing again where I can't remember where I put my glasses. And, like, while I'm not blind, I do need them for games. So, telling me to look at a map does not help me. That's the Halloween boss. Need to try and get 1 kill a day. How often do they respawn? A few per hour? Right, okay. So this is going to be one of those, like, I need to get a mount, isn't it? Right, so we're back in the right place, so we're following the road. Okay. Yeah, we got this. It'll be fun. Evans Scale and Brockwood will be the closest to us. Right, okay. Hey, Dryden, thank you very much for the rose. Come here. Hey, Warlock, thank you very much for the confetti. Everything's just like blowing up on my screen. Right, we're going that way. That's where we're going. And we get a... You really want that pack opened? The thing is, though, like when we open that pack, I'm gonna have to go buy another. Thoughts on New World's console? So I'm actually playing on PC. But, you know, being able to play this with a controller is just amazing. Like, I'm genuinely having such a good time with it. Like, a good time in that, for the most part, I'm just vibing as I'm running around, completing quests. And I feel like it's been a long time since I've just kind of, like, just chilled out in a world. I'll be the reason why the game lasts longer. Oh yeah, like it's just that controller support, and I think, well, a lot of people, you know, who came from when the game originally came out and they, you know, got max level, did the dungeons and everything like that, you know, they're the people that are probably the least happiest with the game. But I get it. I get why they would be unhappy with the game. Just because, you know, that nothing was really added for older players, or like the pre-existing player base. Right, excuse me, sir. There's no way that should have been able to hit me. I thought of getting back into an mmorpg after playing Final Fantasy 14 and Elder Scrolls Online. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm also going to be playing Final Fantasy 14. Alf, this is New World. Re-released recently. Last week? Was it this week? I can't remember. But it's also available on Xbox and PlayStation now. And everything's cross-platform. What's the premise? It's the rediscovering of the Americas, but with fantasy elements. If I'm honest with you, but you know, it's cool. You're not really tied into a specific class. You can switch your weapons around. There's an in-depth crafting system. It's... Have you ever played RuneScape? I hate that that's how I start to describe this game. But, like, have you played RuneScape? Because if you played RuneScape, you get it. I made this into a Final Fantasy 14 cult. Yeah, and we're going to have a Final Fantasy 14 guild. Like, we're doing it. We're going all out. Things are about to spawn behind me, aren't they? Yeah, so the reason why I say like RuneScape, it's just from the, you know, the other day I think we were just here vibing while I was fishing. Like, that was it. And it just goes back to the day of when you were, you know, in RuneScape, you would be like, oh, I'm going to level up my blacksmithing, or my lumbering, tree chopping, whatever it was called. And you would just spend hours upon hours just playing with people that were in your guild or your friends, cutting down trees just to get levels. That's it. I've completely missed what Mitt said, so I'm just going to quickly up tab. Whilst we will play Final Fantasy 14 and have the guild, I'll still mostly be New World focused. Yeah, no, I'm going to be switching between the two. New World is... Final Fantasy 14 is not going to take me a very long time to level, because I've done it multiple times. So it will literally be like I will level a tank or a healer. I can't remember what I said I was going to be. And then when you guys need a dungeon, I'll run you through it. I will check my map in 2 seconds. And I need to stop accidentally switching back. I said tank, so this boy been a tank. Right, looking at my map. And where's we looking on the map? Weaver's Fen. Weaver's Fen. This boy doesn't have his glasses. Weaver's Fen's over here. This one. This is the one, isn't it? Hey, Invis, yeah, currently playing New World. This looks as though spawner on the map. That's the Halloween bus. Okay. Have you managed to jump into... I mean, I was on Throne of Liberty on the weekend. That's when I got to level 60. 50 even. Done it again. I'm thinking to play this game. I haven't played any MMO in a decade. I think, you know, for an MMO, this is a really good. It's a good choice in the sense that it doesn't feel like an MMO. It feels like a it feels like an older RPG, especially in its combat system. But that is in solo play. Like, I'm hoping group play is going to be a little bit different. But that's also why I've gone healer. I'm dealing with some personal stuff, so I may be in streams as much dealing with the toxic. No, sci-fi, look, that makes sense. You know, if you needed to reach out and talk to anyone, just send us a message. Even if it's just someone to listen to you, buddy. Now looks like an older RPG with downgraded graphics. A little bit. But you know, it's like I said before, Viz. You know, the thing that I enjoy with MMOs is getting to the end game. Even if I don't do all the raids and stuff like that, for me, it's one of those like, oh, I've done it. My friends have seen a change in me because of it, which is not great. No, that makes sense. Well, because of the with the toxic? I hate that what PC games have been made worse for cross-platform. I mean, it's so-so, right? Like, Final Fantasy XIV didn't downgrade anything to be cross-platform. I think being able to play the game with a controller in that game is what's made it as good as it is. I mean, there's definitely a difference from PC perspective, because while I still think the game's pretty, I think it definitely looks different than it did when it first came out. But as far as I'm aware, I am running everything as high as I can. So I definitely think something's changed. Yeah, it's a difference. I don't think it's a massive downgrade, because the aesthetic of it still holds up. The only thing that's changed is it's got a better onboarding system. Yeah, New World wasn't great for new players. Okay, we want to go over there. Yeah, no new content, but, you know, some of the older content's been remastered or remade. Which, again, you know, I think for opening everything up to new players, I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. I think adding in the cutscenes, adding in the voice-acted storytelling, actually giving you more purpose of the reason why you're in the game, I think has done good. Yeah, new content is needed, and that's at least from a new player's perspective. The hope now would be that there's a roadmap to come out. Otherwise, Amazon Games is just going to cut and run again, right? Yeah, I mean, at least it's populated now. And that's why I think that the game's got a little bit more of a chance. Toga, we are on the Taurus server. I feel like everyone's on Taurus now. I'd like to think it's because I'm here, but I just think it's like a freak accident. I think that's where we're at. Well, you know, I think the only thing that we can really do is wait and see, right? Because it's either just going to be a repeat of what happened before, or something new is going to happen. And I think from the perspective of it's been released on console doesn't have a lot of choice when it comes to MMOs. What? Xbox has got Phantasy Star Online? Yeah, Sci-Fi, look, take the time, buddy. You know, and again, if you need to just chat with someone, just send us a message. I don't think they would let it happen twice to the same game. World comes to life, then dies. New expansion comes up. They complete it years later. It repeats. Yeah, but I don't know. Do you know what? If when it comes to online games, do you know what the real argument that we should be having? We shouldn't play any other MMO, because the best MMO that's out there is World of Warcraft, right? They've been around the longest, they've maintained a very high player base for the longest. I think the second game after that, no, I think the most populated MMO out there is RuneScape. So we probably shouldn't play anything else. We should just play RuneScape, because they get drips and drabs of content, apart from maybe over the last few years. But then it's WoW, and then it's Final Fantasy XIV. Sci-Fi, that's a loaded question. Technically, Final Fantasy XIV died. When it first came out, it was not a great MMO. It wasn't the game. It wasn't the game that I've fallen in love with, right? And it got to a point where to fix it, they had to basically destroy the world. So what happened was there was this, and it's kind of spoilery, but it's kind of not, because Final Fantasy XIV does this really good job of telling you, you know, that you are in the aftermath of this thing that happened. But basically, Dalamud comes down, and over months, you would see this star getting bigger and bigger in the sky. And then they told everyone, the game's going to shut down. We're taking it offline because we're going to redo it, basically. But people stayed until the servers died. So servers shut off at midnight. And then everyone was kicked off. But up to that point, they were having to fight, like, defend different capitals. There were GMs, apparently, that were invisible. And what they were doing was spawning more monsters, because there were so many players that were high enough level to be able to defend these encampments. Like, it was just a mad situation. But when the servers died, there was a CGI cutscene. And that cutscene's what you now see when you launch the game for the first time. Like Bahamut coming out of the sky, mega flaring everything, flying on, and then you have all the heroes that are then transported off elsewhere. That's how Final Fantasy XIV originally ended. And then A Realm Reborn came out, like, I think it was a year, maybe 2 years later, where they used a lot of the same assets, a lot of the same places were the same, but they improved the level design. They made a better game out of it. So that's why, like, a lot of people that play Final Fantasy XIV will go, A Realm Reborn is not great. But that's because those people were there when A Realm Reborn came out. Then they did the expansions. And that game has just got stronger. Expansion after expansion after expansion. Hey Connor, how you doing, buddy? Do you know, when someone puts 50 pence in me and I start talking about Final Fantasy XIV, why am I not a Final Fantasy XIV streamer? Connor, we are playing... We're not playing World of Final Fantasy, and we're not playing Final Fantasy XIV. We are playing New World. Right, back to you, Invis. WoW is far from the best. It's outdated. It's the same, just under a new skin, and it's only kept alive by old people. We're old people. You and I are old people. We are old boys. Old people still holding on to that one dream. So, look, I don't know if you and me have had this conversation. I know I've had this conversation with a few people. Well, especially in Viz. Right, I'm just going to stand over here because it's safer. So, like, we're the same, right? You and me have played games for the longest time. So when WoW came out, we were very excited about WoW. I was excited because of Warcraft 3. I don't know what your history is with Warcraft, but do you also remember that people would be going, there's this online thing where you can kind of team up and take on monsters, and it's also a very heavily social thing? That's what World of Warcraft is. So a lot of the people that still play WoW are people that were playing it however long ago now, that are not gamers, but they fucking smash raids, they smash dungeons, and they continue that game. And because of that social element, they then got their kids involved, right? Because I mean, for me, that I was 17, I think, when WoW Fest came out. Christopher, is this available on disc or only downloadable? I'm pretty sure it's digital only. But I'm on Steam, so I'm not really sure. Luke, thank you very much for getting there before me. FRTB, thank you for sharing the live. I think WoW should die. And make StarCraft into a new MMO. I remember WoW as a strategy game, and yes, only digital. Yeah, so look, would I play a StarCraft MMO? Yes. Was there teasers of it or leaks of it long ago? Yes. Would they do anything more with StarCraft? Probably not. Have you tried Throne of Liberty? Yes, I'm level 50. I'm a healer. And being a level 50 healer, it sucks. Sorry. It sucks from a healer's perspective. Because while you've got the abilities, if I had a team and we were all on Discord and we were talking about mechanics and then we were able to communicate with each other, it would be the most amazing, like any MMO. But what I keep running into is I need to heal someone, but because they've got a bow, they've legged it. They are on the opposite side. I would. But we are... me, Mitt, KD... Not sure who else is here at the moment, but we started a guild on... Justice, on the Justice server. Hey, Christopher, thank you very much for the follow. Why do I have a radio voice? I just wish New World was executed better. Too many wrongs than right. I maxed on it and fell out with it. Yeah. But, you know, I think from a player perspective, from playing the game when it first came out, I think that's how everyone feels. Like, you know, from the original PC release. My hope is that we're going to start to get some idea of what the future is. And, you know, I'm happy to be wrong. If they were to come out and go, yep, this is all you're getting, we might release an expansion in a couple of years, I'll take it. And I'll come back in a couple of years and I'll play that expansion and in the same way that I will with Final Fantasy or WoW. Wrong button. Not just switch and choose when you feel the targeting isn't great and the skills felt weak. Yeah. So that I will agree with. But again, it's difficult for me because I'm playing as a healer. So my intention is that to go full support for dungeons. And the only game that I played where I felt strong as a healer was Final Fantasy XIV. Why stand on the ledge? Yeah, that works for me. You take him out. I want to play this so bad, but gone off Elder Scrolls. Was going to go back to WoW, but it's not. It doesn't feel the same. WoW doesn't feel the same. And that part in itself is supposed to be what excites me about going back to WoW. But I still haven't done it. Like, personally, I just don't like World of Warcraft's leveling experience now. I used to like it, even though it felt grindy as all hell. I enjoyed slowly going through zone to zone. But since they've rescaled it, it doesn't hit the same for me anymore. Like, even though I can choose where I level up through, you know? Believe it or not, believe it or not, I did used to play WoW. I don't believe that, if I'm honest with you. So endgame, very elitist tailored. Was the last time. Gear is very hard to farm, but give it a go, right? Yeah. Again, for me, MMOs are get through the experience, get to endgame, and then just see how it takes you. Am I going to die if I jump? I mean, it looks... Oh, we're okay. Okay. You like what you like. I just enjoyed playing RuneScape. Simple but old but gold. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, that's kind of the draw for me to get into New World. Because it hits that... It's that dopamine of getting your levels on your gathering and crafting, right? But that's also why November 6th I'm going to be playing Brighter Shores. Like, Brighter Shores looks really good. Got a message. Bear with. Neverwinter Online. I loved Neverwinter Online when it first came out. Because I'm pretty sure it's from get-go, right? Where on PC you could effectively make mini Dungeons and Dragons campaigns. No, not the online. The recent one. There's never an online. Clara, 0 out of 10. There's no calcium cannons. I've missed you. No calcium cannons. There are no anime titties here. But maybe in the future... It just depends what I play after this. So you had Neverwinter Nights. Right, we Googling this. Don't have Google open. Yes, I do. It's where YouTube is. Sorry, YouTube, can't see you. Be well behaved. Neverwinter. Right, I'm going to bring this up on the screen. You're talking about this. Right? I can't see TikTok, so I'm hoping you can see what I see. TikTok Studio. Like, you're talking about... Yeah, it's Neverwinter Online. Like, I remember it being called Neverwinter Online. Yeah, because originally it came out on PC. I was one of the early subscribers to it. Which, by the way, you're going to find that this is a thing with me in MMOs. I jump on early. And then... it eventually... Yeah. Let's wiki this. Free-to-play game, came out in 2013, Xbox One in 2015, PlayStation 4 in 2016, based on the fictional Forgotten Realms and Dungeons & Dragons. Standalone game, not part of the previous Neverwinter series. Yeah, I just remember it being referred to as NWO. And there's our history lesson in Neverwinter Nights. and the names which I've called things. But yeah, playing that when it first came out and having the ability to like make custom campaigns and stuff with NPCs and interactions and stuffs, it was amazing. I just don't think that got carried over into the console release. I think it got completely cut out. Uh, 16,000 hours. But so it's not that I played it again recently, but I played it a few years ago. Like as I'm pretty sure we all did during lockdown, right? We went back to old games that we've enjoyed, yeah. So I gave that a try, and I was like, it felt so different because it was the first time that I played it on console. And I was just like, it feels like Elder Scrolls Online. Because I love dungeons and MMOs, right? It's always the thing that keeps me playing games if the dungeons are good. And looking for group tool. If you don't give me looking for group tool, I'm probably going to get very angry over a period of time. But grouped up. Was with a paladin or a crusader or whatever they're calling him in Neverwinter. Neverwinter, see, training myself to call it by the right name. And this guy just carried us through the dungeon. Like, he just went all the way through. And I was like, this just feels like I'm playing Elder Scrolls Online again. Come here, you. Blessed Unleashed died too quickly. It says just sucks. Video sucks. So, Blessed Unleashed. That was Arcade, man. Don't talk to me about Arcade, because I miss it. And while, yeah, housing in ships. There's nothing quite like gliding onto a galleon and killing the people on the galleon and then taking their galleon and taking it to the Kraken for the Kraken to destroy their galleon. Tee-hee. That's why I play Throne. Good dungeons, good gear grind, just massive PvP focus, which I hate. Yes, the PvP focus isn't what I enjoy. So it didn't happen to me, but it happened to someone else, where they were in a public dungeon. There was a group that looked like they needed help. So they got invited to the party, helped them when they killed the boss. They didn't give her time to loot, so they kicked her from a party and then killed her. So she didn't get the loot, and she had to respawn outside. Like, that's frustrating. And a game where you are basically encouraged to abuse other players and stop them from progressing. I don't like that. Especially as someone who is a healer. Just makes me sad. A trading system would be banging. I don't like this whole using auction house for real life money. I don't like that. I don't like how there won't be an infinite amount of money left in the game because of the tax system as well. Why make world dungeons and world bosses PvP that rotate hourly? Yeah. It's the fact that, you know, I've been up till 1 AM because I wasn't able to do like 3 bosses in the hour slot, because now those bosses die within 5 minutes. And like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm being very much like old man, you know, wailing my arms into the clouds, at the sky. But it's just kind of how it is. Is the fact that, yeah, okay, you got a PvP event. Hey, Shadowfax. You're Gandalf to me now. Thank you, Shadow Fury. Thank you very much for the follow. Shadowfax. I feel like today at work I made way too many Lord of the Rings references. Way too many. What have we got up here? Is there a chest? You just chilling on a boat? What you doing, pal? Speaking of Gandalf, right? Jesus. Yeah, nothing up here. Okay, there is a game on Steam. It's been in a pipeline for a short while. Thank you very much, Shadow. Thank you for popping in. Thank you very much for the follow today as well. And thank you for making me reminisce about other games. Perfect New World. Are you talking about Perfect World? Is this going to be another one of those streams where I'm going to end up like going through like back to back in Steam? And thank you very much for the like. L, this is New World.
Here we are, home to one of King Artorias' greatest knights and his heir.
Steam. As we roulette this, there we go. For new players, it's a really good game. I think they've done enough now to make it a good leveling experience. Perfect New World. So this looks... This looks like it's also going to be a mobile game. Especially with that character creator. Recommended 32 gigs of RAM? I'll add it to my wish list. When the click works. There we go. Yeah, that's you out.
I look to the ramparts and I recognize many knights, now lost. They were dear friends. This will not be easy for me. No.
Nom 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 nom.
This is my duty, and I am sworn to it. You can attack from the gates, and I
AD,
will
we
use
can
a
play
hidden
RuneScape.
entrance on the other side
We can
of
play
the castle.
RuneScape all day, all night.
Your courage is unquestionable, and that Gawain and Lochner must...
way too far away. We'll ignore them for now. Pedro the pigeon has joined. I was going to say, it definitely looked like there was going to be a trap there. Still walked through it. Still need to get you on War3. Have you downloaded it yet? War3! Me, yeah, it's downloaded. It's all installed. Nope. Nearly run off. Trial sounds scary.
My liege, it is now my honor to join you. Without reservation.
I don't know, Katie. If I'm honest with you.
Raise your sword. And now, you
As far as
shall
makeovers
be
go,
the first
10 out of 10.
Experience the king's justice. My lord, I leave this wretch to you.
What do you mean he gets ads? What's going on here? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I want to be in my healing circle, thanks. Right, I kind of messed up. Lee G, so it's on my list to do, but I don't think I'm going to be getting there today. Right, so that's my bad. So I think it took me too long to realise. Alright. I think it took me too long to realise what was going on with the statues. So I have seen them on the map, I just haven't actually gone for them yet. Yeah, after seeing the cosmetics, I'm down for it. I've played World of Warships in Viz. I mean, I enjoyed it. It wouldn't be one of my like daily drivers. It would be one of those that I would play if I felt the need. There we go, we did it that time. Everything is okay.
For the glory of Avalon. Until the end of eternity.
I hate it when a character just kind of like turns up and goes, I'll finish this off for you. Where were they when I did the hard work? Where were you when I died the first time? So one thing I did want to do, yeet and delete myself. Right, coming to get you.
I am sorry I arrived late. Your courage and valor with Gawain. Now I. Honey and biscuits.
Can you sense that Night Vale Hallow is upon us? Cold mist.
This guy looks like
creep
Gaston.
From the hills. Darkness shrouds the forests in gloom, and above, the baleful moon watches all. Something wicked has come.
Okay, so what I'm going to say, I'm going to leave it there tonight. I know it's a little bit earlier than normal. But thank you very much for everyone who's watched. Thank you for all the likes as well, guys. And I will catch you again tomorrow. But until then, everyone on TikTok, everyone on YouTube, have a good evening. And I will speak to you soon when I find where all my buttons are.